Hello, my favorite YouTubers. And I just wanted to give a real quick update. We haven't had a video for a little while, and it's because we've been busy. We're trying to do some things. We've been getting some more greenhouse supplies. We've been getting ready for another build here on the farm, which will help us out. This is actually the first building that we put together. The rest of the buildings came with the property. So this building was given to us and had to buy some lumber to go along with it because some pieces were missing. But I think it's going to be an excellent addition to our farm and what we're planning on doing here. So as you can see right here, this is the site of our food forest area. You know, you have to kind of use your imagination right now because it's still in the process of working or getting worked up. This is actually an apple tree right here that we're next to. What is that? That's a lilac bush. Whew, almost escaped me there. I have 4 apple trees. One I don't think is doing too good, but we'll get that replaced. And then I've got multiple berries and so on, raspberries and things like that. So we want to get some more trees and stuff out here. But before we do all that, wanted to get a nice building that would house our garden tools and such right next to the garden and right next to the food forest area. And this right here seems to be an ideal location. I do want to have some raised beds over here on this side, which I'll be working on. I have a really nice design that I saw in person, and I want to try to mimic that and see how we do. But right here, we're going to have this building. It's a 10 by 12 building. It's pretty good size, and we're going to put it on a sled. We've already built a sled for it, so you can see that this will go on the ground. The curved part's the front of it. I could pull it in either direction, front or back. And this is what the building is going to be sitting on top of. So it won't be a permanent structure as far as having a location on our property. But I can move it. So if this right here, if things change or if my ideas change and so on, I can go ahead and just move it somewhere else. Granted, it's going to be pretty heavy, but I think I can still pull it with my nice Kubota. So underneath the tarp, we have the walls put together and ready to go up. So what we want to do first is level it, and so to get the ground level and so it doesn't sink in so much, I have some pressure treated lumber that we cut up into blocks for the foundation, and the sled is just going to sit down on top of that. And you say, well, why doesn't the sled just sit on the ground? Which is, it could very easily, but then it would be kind of difficult maybe to prop up. And this would also give a little bit extra protection to the bottom of the sled, so it would last longer. I mean, it costs a lot less for these foundational blocks, if you want to call them, than it does to make another sled. It'd be a whole lot easier because this is going to be attached to the building. So if I can preserve this a little bit longer, then I want to do that. So right now, I have very meek, very humble tools. I have a tape measure, I have a level, and I have a shovel. And I'm just going to try to level these up some. What we probably have to do, because it has a little bit of a downhill slope, I don't know if I can pick that up right. It goes from up here, it goes down a little bit. And so I might have to put another piece of maybe a 2x4 or something underneath that, underneath the sled and on top of these to level it out a little bit more. But we'll get to that later on. Right now I just want to try to get each one of these level to the ground, and I can block it up if I have to from there. But like I said, this is a temporary structure or a temporary location, or it might be here for years. I don't know yet, but this is going to be a great addition. Half of it, maybe not half of it, part of it's going to be a chicken coop, and I'll have about 7 chickens on this side, and then the other part of it's going to be for tools for the garden use and so on. That way I don't have to keep walking back to the other side, which is, it's close, but this is a little bit closer. Plus, if I do it right, I think it's going to look nice. Be a nice addition over here on this side. So we're still underway. We're still working. The garden is working in itself, decomposing the wood chips and the earthworms underneath of it are coming up and airing it out. I don't have to see it. I know it's happening. I did see some fungus underneath some of the wood chips when I was spreading it out. So we're definitely on the right track on that part of it. This part right here is a mulberry tree, and we had our sunflowers and some other flowers next to it. I want to continue with that in a way. And the mulberry tree, I want to incorporate that with a little bit of a chicken yard for the chickens. These will be organic chickens on this side, fed organic from the very start, and that way they stay in good shape. My kids are having fun down there in the tree. So they've just been rolling down the hill, so I think they needed a break from that. Maybe not to get so dizzy. All right, so here we go. Purple martin nest, or birdhouse, with nests inside of it. Butterfly bush here. We're going to try to do more flowers on this side of after we get the building and all up. And, you know, it's still January, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. But we'll work on getting flower beds and things like that out here on this side of it to dress this up. Work on a food forest, get our garden in. Should be a very busy and very satisfying spring for us here on the farm. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Give us some encouragement, help us out. The more subscribers we have, the better off for us. The subscribing is absolutely free, and I had someone who is not very computer savvy. They went on and they subscribed to our channel, and they said it was easy to do. So we were the first channel that they subscribed to. Moon Gap Acres. It's a beautiful channel, beautiful people. Anyway, so I gotta get to work. I gotta get this done, then get inside, finish up our homeschooling. The kids have had enough of a break. They don't need any more time out here. They got work to do. So as always, it's a pleasure talking to you and visiting with y'all again. And when we get the building up, I probably won't have a video of it going up because we're going to be busy. We're trying to hurry up and put it up. We have a little window. It looks like we have a little bit of window with the weather. So we'll see how that goes. If not, it might be a day or two before we get it up, but hopefully we get it up this weekend. That's our goal. So have fun. God bless you, and thank you for joining us on Moon Gap Acres.